A Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code MMA SGPN.
Howdy ho, Degenerinos. Welcome to episode 942 of the MMA Gambling Podcast and the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, dedicated, of course, to Azamat Mirzakhanov. Obviously, I may have won a battle, but Gumby still won the war. Who am I? I'm still the Spicy Pimp Jeff Fox, but I'm tired of that nickname now. So hopefully we stumble across a new one very soon. But these things can't be forced. They just have to happen. That is Daniel Gumby Vreeland. We're going to talk about some Oktagon, which is good. We like ourselves some Oktagon. I guess we can talk about last night, but last night was just a exhibit number one of why we can't have nice things in MMA, because exhibit one would be the UFC heavyweight division.
I would say here's a stance. First of all, anybody complaining about the heavyweight division, it's been like this forever. You know, like I know at one point in time we had Brock Lesnar and we're like, oh, that's fun. But like Brock Lesnar was also a guy who didn't know a ton about MMA and was still able to dominate the whole division by being a genetic / maybe having a little bit of science's help freak. And so like, you know, heavyweight's always been heavyweight. Also, like if you watch Walter Walker heel hook somebody for the fourth consecutive time and you're bummed out about the heavyweight division, grow up. like that's fun as hell, and it should be fun as hell. Is it sloppy? Yeah, it's sloppy, but that doesn't mean you can't like it. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of fun. And yeah, the actually, you know what I would say about that card? Wildly entertaining prelims. The prelims were very fun. The Jose Delgado fight versus Nathaniel Wood. That thing was a barn burner. There were good fight after good fight after good. That Killian Sulkill knockout, we are going to be talking about at the end of the year for some knockout of the year honors too, because that thing was insane. And he looked like absolute crap leading up to it, which is made me sweat a little bit because I both liked Sulkill and was on his side. You know, like even the Amorim versus Mizuki fight, which was like largely grappling, had like weird transitions and wound up being like kind of a fun fight too. Like there were tons of fun fights on the prelims. That main card was brutal. It was like hard to watch more than like, I mean, like the aforementioned Mirzakhanov versus Rakic fight might have been the most fun, and my fighter lost in a minute, you know, and like that's the most fun I had on the main. Although no, I'll take that back. The ladies delivered. That was a pretty fun fight. Yeah, I wish Virna did a little more. Like she kind of just like wrote out her positions a little bit, but like the transitions were fun. They both boxed fairly nicely. Like it was a pretty good stand-up fight when it was going on in the feet. So, like apart from that, the main card is a disaster. It was not fun, and we now have to see that rematch, which is great.
Yep. Did you get a good view up on Rakic Hill? Did you get a good view of Beast Boy Moon? Were you able to see it? Were you nice and close for it?
Beast? Oh, sorry. I still see him as Huggy Bear.
Huggy Bear Moon. You saw the Huggy Bear Moon up there?
I did not see the Huggy Bear Moon. I mean, I saw it on replay, but like, and I would just say this, like,
what a mess that was.
There were a lot of people who were like, he was injured in that last fight. You got to give him another chance. And I was like, no, like, I really don't think there's anything left, you know? And like, that was like such a good example of just like, when it's over, it's kind of like, it's like really over. You know what I mean?
Yep. And especially you can't fake your way through heavyweight fights normally.
You can't have a non-competitive fight with Hamdi Abdelhawab.
Oh yeah. Ugh.
You can't do that.
Ugh. So anyhow, Gumby won, of course. Because Gumby hit two dogs. He hit Inoue plus 350. He hit Wood plus 135. I hit Raposo plus 318. That was my big hit.
That was a big one, and that one went up. If you had gotten it more close to fight time, I think he cracked 4 by fight time.
It was a dog by. I had Azamat as a favorite, and he was a dog by the end of the week too. So people obviously you had a lot of company up on Rakic Hill. So Gumby beat me. Blah blah blah. What else is new?
By a couple $100 too, right?
It was a couple $100. Yep. So Gumby is up by 1,200 for people keeping track at home. I don't know if there's enough time now. It's getting close. I don't know, man. How many more events are there? There's what?
6.
Right?
I think there's 6 UFC events left. I think there's 4 in November, 2 in December.
Right. Yeah, December the end early too. Now I'll have to.
I think they ended the 13th. I think is the last ESPN card.
Everyone just assumes you beat me anyway every year, so
I've beaten you. I mean, we've rotated off the last couple of years, have we not?
Maybe.
I think you won last year. I won the year before, and now this is my turn. Actually, I think I won last year. Didn't I win last year?
No, last year I made money last year somehow. Remember?
Oh, that's right. I won 2023.
Anyhow, enough of that. No one really cares. They just care about their bank account. So hopefully people did okay last night. You follow Gumby. You're going to do okay this week because we got some Oktagon this coming weekend. We always love some Oktagon. Before we dive into that, the NBA. I'm doing very good in the NBA this year. I think
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, I'm 7-3 on my daily NBA spread plays, and then Gumby is playing the props every day on
2-1 in each of the first 4 days. I went.
That will win you money, especially in props.
Yeah,
fantastic. Yeah. So the NBA is back. If first of all, read our articles, Gumby, and my daily articles on sportsgamblingpodcast.com, and make sure you listen to the NBA Gambling Podcast for daily picks podcasts. So tune into the NBA Gambling Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And if they disagree with us, then go with us, obviously. Oktagon 79, Surdu versus Kalašnik is what we're talking about. Brno, Czech Republic, November the 1st, because we're already into November this coming Saturday. 12 p.m. start time. Oktagon internet pay-per-view, but it's very reasonably priced there. If you want to go watch it in Brno, Czech Republic, I'm sure I'm saying that name wrong. Winning Group Arena. I pronounced that correctly. I'm pretty sure about that. Any overall thoughts on the card? We got a title fight up top. Anything that you really are excited about on this one?
I mean, they just rolled out almost all of their guys who are wildly fun to watch. Roušal, Lengál, that those are just their guys who they know will put out a banger no matter what for you. So it's exciting that they, they're doing it up for the fine people in Brno.
So all of a sudden you like fun now, do you? You
didn't
like fun before, now you like fun now. Do you? All right, good to hear. All right, we got lightweights kicking things off for us here, or at least for our show here. It's on the main card. Vladimír Lengál, he's from the Czech Republic. Ognjen Dimić, he is from Serbia, 3 5-minute rounds, 155. And we have odds. Dimić is 9-4-1 with 1 no contest, 5 knockouts, 1 submission. He's been knocked out twice, submitted once. He's 0-2 in Oktagon. He's won 1 of 3, and he's on 5-2-1 with 1 no contest over his last 8. So he's got a little bit of every, 9. Sorry, people do check me on my math sometimes here. TKO win in his last fight. He's fed at 145. 0-1 as a bare knuckle boxer. 3 years younger than Lengál, 3 inches taller, plus 219. Vlado is 8-6. That could be a good nickname. 8-6 with 8 knockouts. He's been knocked out once, submitted twice. 4-6 in Oktagon. Win-loss over his last 4. 2-4 over his last 6. Got submitted in his last bout. Used to fight at featherweight. 10-0 in boxing, a 2-time champion. 1-1 in pro kickboxing, 1-2 in pro Muay Thai, -335.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Vladimír Lengál here, despite the chalkiness of this side and the fact that I, have seen some good stuff out of Dimić, but I just hate Dimić's fight IQ, to be honest with me. If you watch any of his fights, anytime he is remotely near where he remembers a submission might be, he's decided to throw it up. It's crazy. If your neck is remotely close to him, he's jumping guillotine. If he's thinks he can get close to your leg, he's rolling for a knee bar, and he's just constantly in search of subs, and it's good to be looking for finish all the time, but on the other side of things, he's doing it so obviously that he's way off, and not close to what he needs. And on the other hand, Lengál is, he's a banger on the feet. We mentioned his name on top of being one of the guys that Oktagon calls on when they know they need an exciting fight. So he throws nice hands. And if you watch his fight with Bookinger, which is who he fought last, if I'm not mistaken, he does a really good job early in that fight of keeping the fight on the feet. He stuffed some of the early takedown attempts. He puts in some pretty decent pressure in his own right. He himself has kind of got some takedowns. He doesn't use them all that often. I assume he won't use them here, but it's wrestling game is good nevertheless. I mean, he winds up losing that fight with Bookinger mostly just because he tired kind of quickly. But the beautiful thing here is I don't think Dimić is the type of guy who can like make him sweat and tire him out anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Lengál here. I think the hands carry it.
All right. We lock it in for Vlado here. All right. We have got Swedish fighter Samuel Bark up against a Georgian. Yes, a Georgian fighter, the country. Mate Sanikidze.
You had it right. Sanikidze.
Yeah. See, I always question myself. 3 5-minute rounds at featherweight. Let's tell you about Sanikidze first. No. Which one? This one's pretty much pick 'em. The dog would be Sanikidze. Yeah, Sanikidze, barely. The next gen is the nickname, all one word for next gen, if you're looking it up. 11-4, 4 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's been knocked out once, so he's durable. 4-2 in Oktagon. He's regional champ. He's lost 2 straight in 8 of 10. He's not fought since September 2024. He's not won since July 2023. He's fought at 135 and 155. He's 7 years younger than Bark, 3 inches taller, -104. You can call Bark Salmon Decker. Okay, Gumby?
Salmon
if you want to call him. Yeah, I don't know. That's his nickname. SAMMON space Decker.
I don't. Yeah,
maybe our Finnish fans can let us know what that means. Maybe it means something.
Isn't he Swedish? Wouldn't that help if they were Swedish fans?
Is he Swedish?
He's Swedish. I'm almost positive he's Swedish.
Is there a difference? Is there a difference?
I'm
going to make people angry now.
Yeah,
there was Norway, Sweden, Finland.
There were some really mad New Zealand fighters talking about Australia and vice versa.
Yep. I like to stir it up, don't I? All right. Accidentally, of course. He is 12-2, whatever you want to call him, Mr. Bark, with 6 knockouts. He's been knocked out once. He's durable as well. Yanni thinks this one's going inside the distance. 1-1 in Oktagon. He's won 4 straight, 9 of 10. He last lost a fight February 2023. 3-0 in Cage Warriors. He was UAE Warriors champion, so he's fought at a pretty high level in the regional scene. 1-0 as a pro kickboxer, -125. So these are better odds.
Yeah, and that last loss that you're talking about too, it's worth mentioning, was to Kita, which is, actually his only 2 losses are Kita in like his 2nd or 3rd pro fight or something like that. He lost to Alexander Loof, who's also a pretty high prospect as well. We've talked about him on Cage Warriors and stuff like that. I'm going Bark, kind of for that reason. I think your favorite here against Sanikidze. I think the big piece for me is Sanikidze kind of had trouble with the grappling of Jack Cartwright, who himself has struggled grappling in a lot of his recent fights. I don't mean to keep harping on this fight because I feel like I brought it up more than once, but like Jack Cartwright had issues grappling Jose Johnson on Contender Series. Like I thought for sure he was like one of my confident picks that week. I'm like, all right, what's Jose Johnson gonna do? He's not gonna wrestle him. And then Jose Johnson wrestled him, and I was like, oh no, this is what. And then Jack Cartwright automatically goes down 7 notches in his wrestling and still kind of hung with Sanikidze here. If you've watched Bark, he's got really good wrestling up skills too, if he does need to defend those takedowns from Sanikidze. And I do think that that's probably where Sanikidze wants it. Bark wrestles back up really well. He uses elevator hooks to create space. He's got really nice jiu-jitsu. Sometimes he sweeps, which is pretty impressive. And like I said, we saw Sanikidze kind of in some trouble against Cartwright once in a while. So I think Bark could probably find similar issues. And Bark, as you mentioned, has some like pro boxing experience. He lives behind the jab. He's got some really nice combinations. So I think he's going to look better on the feet. And I think he can negate enough of that grappling and cash here at, pretty close to even money.
Excellent. Lock it in. Bark is the pick. All right. Before we get you some more winning picks, reminder, we are brought to you by mybookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet in football and everything else. Their prop builder is second to none. Their motto is bet in anything, anywhere, anytime. They have easy deposit, lightning fast payouts using crypto. Check out the Oktagon odds over there once they are posted. And when you do head to mybookie.ag, use our promo code to sign up. That will be MMA SGPN. That way you get 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. So that's mybookie.ag, promo code MMA SGPN. And we're also brought to you by NoVig, N-O-V-I-G, all one word. NoVig is America's #1 sports prediction market. NoVig, you're getting the best prices. They got reduced juiced on odds for all the sports they have there. So NoVig is available in 35 plus states. Download the NoVig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with NoVig, promo code SGPN. Okay, back to Czech Republic we go, and we are going to 145. So we're sticking with 145, actually. Radek Roušal, he is from the
Nope.
Republic.
You're skipping.
We're not doing that one, right? Right. Excuse me for that. Maybe that will be in the lightning round. Who's to say, right?
No, that
We are
fight's
going
just one fight later.
Oh, right. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Tapology has different order. We're going to one with the fun names. We're going to lightweight. Jakub Dohnal. He is from the Czech Republic. Thomas Mudroch, not Murdoch, is Mudroch. From the Czech Republic as well. I thought Gumby did a typo, and then no. Gumby did not do a typo. His name is Mudroch. We're not talking about him, though. We're talking about the Dohnal first. Hazoin is the nickname, which translates to ugly. That's my nickname, too. 13-6. 1 knockout, 6 submissions. He's been knocked out 4 times, submitted once. 9-5 in Oktagon. He's won 1 of 4 and 2 of 6. TKO loss in his last bout. He's fought at 145 and 185. 1-0 as a pro grappler, plus 236. Mudroch, 7-1. It's 5 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's never been finished. He owes his rounds. 2-0 in Oktagon. He's won 5 straight, all via TKO. He's on a roll. Last lost a fight September 2023. Used to fight at 170. 0-1 as a pro grappler. 7 years younger than Dohnal. Minus 370.
I'm going to go underdog here. I like Jakub Dohnal. I was a little bit surprised, to be honest with you, that he was an underdog. Because he's so wrestle heavy. And Mudroch is a guy who he's really long and lanky, but he has sometimes trouble keeping fights at length. He's upright, and as a result, it's sometimes easy to get pretty close to him and pretty close to his legs and to fight into the range, which I think helps Dohnal on the feet, but it also helps Dohnal with all of the takedowns he's going to want. Dohnal is like very, very sharp when it comes to getting to the hips on a double. He himself has like very good base and positioning in terms of his top control. Like when he's in guard, he does a really good job of keeping people's weight down and making sure that they don't get up. So his control is really good across the board. And then in addition to that too, like I've seen him do some really crafty stuff to get people back down once they've started to build their base up. So like if Mudroch tries to, build against the fence and get himself back up, I've seen Dohnal hit some like ankle pick stuff that's worked really well for him. And, he's a guy who stays busy enough on top that he definitely doesn't have to worry about, referees standing him up. We're not talking about Jailton Almeida here, who's going to lose rounds despite having 5 minutes of control time in it. Dohnal stays busy and he acts busy the whole time. So as much as I think Mudroch is perhaps the better striker, which is probably why the odds are where they are here, I think he just gets out wrestled really badly by Dohnal and winds up on bottom. So give me the underdog here.
All right. I like to hear it. Now we're going to Radek Roušal. He is from the Czech Republic. Corey Fry from England. They're fighting at featherweight. This is very featherweight, lightweight, heavy fight card here. We're going to tell you about Fry first. He is the sniper. 5-3, 4 knockouts, 1 submission. He's been knocked out once, submitted twice. You owe us rounds, sir. 1 and 2 in Oktagon. He's lost 2 straight. Before that, he had won 3 straight. He's been finished in his past 2 losses. He's not fought since September 2024. He's last won November 2023. Used to fight at 155. And he's at plus 123. Roušal, Rushi, you can call him. 5-2 with 2 knockouts. He's been submitted once. All those fights have taken place in Oktagon. He's won 2 straight and 3 of 5. His past 2 wins, both via TKO. 8-1 in pro Muay Thai and a champion there. 4-0 in pro boxing, 1-1 in pro kickboxing. He's 4 inches taller than Fry, minus 167.
I'm going to go favorite here again. I'm going to take Roušal. I debated Fry, and here's why. Roušal, he has this problem with his striking. And first of all, I should say his striking's good. He keeps his hands really high. When he decides to strike, he's very explosive. He's another one of the names I mentioned at the beginning of the show that it's kind of cool that Oktagon always slides him on the cards when they need an exciting fight. And so explosive, good guard, does a lot of things right. My problem with him is that often when fighters are moving forward or advancing on him, he almost seems to want to punch the pressure away. So if Corey Fry got in his face, he almost slugs to get away from him and to get more range. And first of all, that's not a good idea ever, right? That's how you get countered. That's how somebody hits a double leg on you. That's how all of these things happen. But luckily here I don't think Fry pressures enough to really give him issues there. Fry is a guy who I think would rather fight Roušal's type of fight than to push forward and look for takedowns and do all that kind of stuff. So I personally think that Roušal is going to get the type of fight he wants. And then in addition to that too, Fry is a guy who throws a lot of naked leg kicks. Really, really, really easy to counter kind of guy. And then in addition to that too, he drops his hands sometimes when he's throwing combinations. I just think the counters are there for Roušal, and the pressure's not there enough for Fry to give him problems where he has his biggest issues. So I'm going to take Radek Roušal.
All right, lock it in. Before we get to our main event and our lightning round, let me tell you about Underdog Fantasy. Underdog is a great place to play fantasy pick'em, where you can win up to 500 times your entry. Simply pick higher or lower on your favorite player stats. Available for a ton of sports. Gumby prize to play for you right now.
Sure. Sunday night, which is when you should be getting this podcast in your ear holes. I'll take Domantas Sabonis' higher than on his points and rebounds. Got him listed at 29.5 right now in the prediction. That seems kind of crazy because he's the type of guy who will go off for 15, 16 rebounds at sometimes. But in their opener, he only had 12 and 12. So I think they've unnecessarily dropped the projection here. And he's going to make them pay for it. So give me the higher than on Sabonis' points and rebounds.
All right. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with our code MMASGPN. And Rhythm, RITHMM. Rhythm's crushing it in college football and NFL with picks and props. Rhythm is also giving away weekly cash prizes just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model you build, and you can win $1,000. Gummy's going to give you another play.
Ooh, yeah. Let's see. Why don't we just stick with that same exact game? That's going to be the Kings and the Lakers, 9:00 on Sunday. The Kings aren't good. Just play the Lakers on that one. And that's my expert breakdown. The Kings aren't good.
Fantastic. Use promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use a promo code SGPN25. That's RITHMM Rhythm. All right, we got some gold, or at least a belt on the line in the main event. The Oktagon welterweight championship is on the line. Jan Surdu is the champ. Andrej Kalašnik is the challenger. The champ is from Moldova. The challenger is from the Czech Republic. We'll tell you about Kalašnik first. AK-47 is the nickname. 13-5, 6 knockouts, 1 submission. He's been knocked out 3 times. He's 9-4 in Oktagon. He's won 3 straight and 4 of 7. TKO win in his last bout. He's not lost since November 2023. He used to fight at 155. 1-0 in pro grappling. An inch taller than Surdu plus 210. Dracula Surdu. He's got to win then. Day after Halloween. 16-7, 12 knockouts, 1 submission. He's been knocked out 3 times, submitted twice. He's 4-3 in Oktagon, but he is a champion. He's won 2 of his last 4, but he did lose his last fight. That was up at middleweight, though. Multiple regional championships on his
mantle.
Correct. Get our shirts, get our merch, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. He went 1-2 in KSW. He used to fight at 185, like I said. 2-0 in pro kickboxing, a year younger than Kalašnik, minus 323.
Yeah, this is all Surdu as well. I think the big piece for me is just the speed difference is going to be drastic. He looks so fast in both the Cosmo fight. And I mean, I guess when it was on the feet with Jocko, and I know obviously that fight didn't look real great and it might give some people pause on him because, he got beat by Krzysztof Jocko. It was up a weight class. He doesn't belong at 85. I know he was the 170 champ and he was like, wouldn't it be fun if I was in the 185 Tip Sport Game Changer? Sure. It was fun for a second, but he doesn't belong there. And down at 70, he's plenty fast to overwhelm somebody like Kalašnik, who I do think is kind of slow. And also I don't really trust Kalašnik's abilities to hit those takedowns and get some control time on him. Because first of all, Surdu does a really good job of getting up, Jocko fight aside. He did really well getting up against Cosma and then ultimately starched him. He's good at that. And also from what I've seen from Kalašnik on the takedowns, he fought, how do you say it? Polyalgilos, the Greek dude.
Don't ask me, man.
The Greek dude who fights in Oktagon. He fought that guy, and he kept getting takedowns, but it really felt like he was just hugging him and then falling down, and his body weight was just doing all of the work. And you were like, oh, is that just more of an indictment of how bad the takedown defense is than it is a selling point for the takedowns? I don't think really Kalašnik has anywhere near the takedowns he would need in order to get Surdu down. And I do think, if you watch Kalašnik's fight, it's not only slower, but it's also wider and less straight to the point. I think Surdu's going to starch him, and I think he's going to do it really fast.
All right, fast starching. Get it in those prop plays. Let's give you a recap before we get you more plays. He's got Dracula Surdu. He has got Roušal. He has got Dohnal. He's got Bark. He has got Lengál. A lot of alls today for Gumby. All right, lightning round. Zap, Bam, Boom, Pow. We got 4 more fights you can choose from at this point?
Yeah, I think there's even more, but man, it's been kind of hard to follow along with exactly what's still in there and what's canceled, and because they seem to keep canceling fights too. So one of the ones I'm going to take Vaclav Step. He is currently a pretty big favorite. Last I checked, but he is a guy who has big knockout power. He's fighting a Polish guy who's 8-8, not particularly good, but Vaclav Stepan, he's just got big power. He's going to be one of their fun prospects moving forward. And the other one I'm going to take is Harun Kunt.
Watch your mouth there, kid.
I gotta check my handwriting once in a while when I'm looking at the notebook. But Kurt, his first name ends in an N and the last one ends in a T. So Kurt is fighting a local guy, and I think the fans are pretty much hyping up the local guy a little bit too much. But Kurt is 4-0. He himself is looks pretty well rounded in there. Granted, it's been against awful competition, really truly bad competition. I'm talking a slew of 0-0 or 0-3 kind of guys. But I have skill plays up no matter what. And I do think he's got the skills. So this is going to be a big step up in competition for him. I saw him listed at plus 238 last time I looked. So Kurt might be worth a play here. So my 2 lightning round plays is Stepan and Kurt. All
right. You're ready. You're set for some Oktagon fun. You can talk more Oktagon or whatever else you want in the MMA sphere in our Discord, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. Hit us up in the comment section, MMA Gambling Podcast on YouTube. Thank you for commenting and for subscribing. Twitter, SGPN MMA. He's at Gumby Vreeland. I'm at Jeff Fox Writer there and on Instagram. Check out my Substack. Enter my free UFC Pick'em contest. Read my MMA articles at moneymma.substack.com. Listen to Gumby's other podcast, which is not a jinx for anyone. It's called Top Turtle MMA, even though a fighter lost a fight after he talked to you, Gumby. He didn't lose a fight. His fight fell off.
Again.
But anyhow, it wasn't your fault. Who's on it this week? Do we know at this time?
Definitely Isaac Dolgarian, who's going to be fighting this weekend in the UFC. And then there's going to be another fighter on there, but we have not yet nailed it down necessarily. So stay tuned.
People are lining up to talk to Gumby, so it won't be hard. So that's Top Turtle. And of course, we're at sportsgamblingpodcast.com, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. We'll be back tomorrow. Sam and Decker, that's me. Vlado Vreeland will talk to you tomorrow.